This is San Diego News Daily.
Hello and welcome to San Diego News Daily. I'm Dana Williams. First up, San Diego police are investigating what they're calling a suspicious incident involving a missing 4-year-old child. It all started on Halloween after a night of trick-or-treating in the Oak Park neighborhood. 4-year-old Levon Owens and his 3-year-old sister had gone out with their mother trick-or-treating, and they then returned home just before 10 p.m. That's when police say the mom took the girl inside but then fell asleep. Forgetting Levon in his car seat, police say she didn't call until 5:20 the next morning after realizing what had happened. After an intense search, Levon was found, and investigators say a relative actually found him alone in the car the night before and took him home, but not before leaving a note on the family's door to let them know. But the mother didn't find the note. Instead, Levon's younger sister did.
It was full of scribbles to the point where you could almost not read the original words on there. So had that note been left on the door and legible, all of this could have been avoided. We're still trying to get to the bottom of exactly what happened and what the time delay was.
San Diego police say that child abuse detectives have also joined the investigation. There have been no arrests made so far. In San Carlos, city crews installed new stop signs along Jackson Drive at Lake Baden Avenue. This comes after 3 siblings were hit while walking to school. One of the 3 sadly died. Neighbors have been telling NBC7 they've been worried about safety on this road for a really long time. They say the stop signs are a good first step, but they'd like to see the city step in and do even more.
I'd like to see some sort of crosswalk with maybe like a flashing light to give the people coming from Baltimore towards this way more of an indication that, hey, there's a stop sign here, there's possibly pedestrians walking.
With a line of sight coming down the road, you cannot see this stop sign very well, if at all. It's going to get visually confused with the bus stop sign.
And you know, they're onto something. The city says crosswalks, a slower speed limit, and condensing this 4-lane road to 2. That's all going to happen by the end of June next year. If you live in the city of San Diego, what you pay for water use is going to go up. The San Diego City Council has approved an updated plan charge for more water rates beginning next year. And this is the breakdown. The City Council approved raising water rates by about 30% over the next 2 years. That's about $20 a month for an average single-family household. Then sewage rates, those are also going to go up 30% over the next 4 years. They say the money's needed to keep up with the cost of importing water and maintaining infrastructure, but neighbors say this is going to be a burden.
With all of these, the higher rents, the higher utilities, the higher water rates, the higher food costs are just a little bit too much for everybody to be able to manage.
Unfortunately, it has to be done, because if we don't do it, then we're going to start failing. And we know water is a very, very important thing. But we have to have safe, potable drinking water in the city of San Diego.
The City Council, you may remember, tried to vote on this about a month ago with an increase of 60% over 4 years, but it was delayed because of so much backlash. This week, the council will once again discuss a proposed fee hike for restaurants and hotels who use city streets for their valet parking and also for outdoor dining areas. The proposal is part of Mayor Todd Gloria's latest effort to close the city's $200 million budget shortfall. If approved, the initiative would increase the annual permit fee, add an initial charge for the first 2 valet spots based on lost meter revenue, and tack on extra charges for extra spaces.
So for example, like a $650 fee from last year is what a current hotel would pay. You know, it's going to be going up, 14,000%.
While many downtown business owners are opposed to the proposal, the city released a statement saying in part that the initiative ensures that valet operators compensate the city for the actual value of the spaces they occupy. The item is expected to be brought before the full council come this Tuesday. Now, this is a really special story. A San Diego fire rescue captain was awarded the department's highest honor. Captain Greg Davies is credited with saving the lives of 2 fellow firefighters after their truck rolled over several times and was then hit by an 18-wheeler. The men shared their story with NBC7's Joe Little, and they even conspired for a little surprise for the doctor who took over for Davies once they got to the hospital.
On a dark Louisiana highway last September, a truck carrying 3 San Diego firefighters was headed to North Carolina to help with Hurricane Helene. At around 2:30 a.m., something happened. The truck veered off the road, hit a ditch, and flipped several times before landing back on the highway. Captain Greg Davies was the only one able to crawl out of the truck. Captain Jesse Schultz was pinned in the back seat with a broken neck.
So when Greg got out and asked what was going on,
Jesse said, "We crashed." And my first thought was like, oh shoot, we crashed a work truck, we're in trouble.
It's easy to laugh now. In the moment, Davies was terrified. Making matters worse, an 18-wheeler barreling down the highway hit the wrecked truck with Schultz and Fire Chief A.D. Barbat still inside.
I could never imagine that this would ever happen in my life.
Chief Barbat was Davies' biggest concern. He was in bad shape, unconscious behind the wheel, having trouble breathing.
We might not make it through this.
With Captain Schultz coaching him from inside the truck, Davies did his job. He stabilized Schultz and got Chief Barbat out and kept his heart beating.
If it wasn't for Greg doing CPR, there's no way I would be here today.
That is the only reason why 80 survived.
Dr. Sanaz Nikdam Leilabadi was the trauma surgeon on duty at LSU Hospital in Shreveport, Louisiana.
And I walked into the room and I was like, this is bad.
Davies was there as Dr. Leilabadi went to work on Chief Barbat and Schultz. The hospital staff said Leilabadi was the one the firefighters needed.
She's not just gonna throw the kitchen sink at your friends, she's gonna throw the whole kitchen.
Despite incredible odds and countless injuries, Schultz is walking again. Barbat started moving his legs a few weeks ago.
Extremely blessed.
There's so many miracles that happen to bring us here.
They're all here and at a Thursday luncheon honoring heroes within the fire rescue department.
The Medal of Valor to Captain Greg Davies.
Chief Barbat handed Captain Davies a Medal of Valor.
Please help me welcome Dr. Sanaz Leilabadi.
And then all the men surprised Dr. Leilabadi with a special honor for her role in picking up where Davies left off.
This is nothing short of a miracle.
There's no way I'd be here without these guys next to me.
They're my guys. They're my guys.
Oh, wow. NBC 7 meteorologist Brooke Martell is going to have a look at your weather right after this.
You count on breaking news.
People running in the streets, they have their kids, they have their pets.
And help preparing for the unexpected.
Small fire right now, we'll keep an eye on it.
You count on stories from your community. You count on getting different points of view.
We're still human.
And your voice being heard.
We need help.
You count on in-depth reporting.
It's a mess and it's making people sick.
Because you know the whole story is more than just the headline. This is coverage you count on, only on NBC 7 and Telemundo 20.
Taking a look at what you can expect out the door this morning for the next couple of hours. Dense fog advisory in effect until 9 o'clock. This is for the coast and the valleys. We've definitely seen visibility up and down the 15 and along the coastline around a quarter mile or less. So be careful this morning. Increase the following distance. Use the low beams. And out along the immediate coast, keep in mind we do have a higher rip current risk for today. Wave heights up to about 5 feet. But I'm mentioning this because we know that with those strong rip currents, how quickly swimmers and surfers can be pulled away from the coastline. If you're doing those activities, just make sure you're near a lifeguard tower just in case you do need help. Taking a look at what you can expect with that hourly forecast, upper 60s heading into this afternoon if you're going to the beach. Mostly cloudy skies. We do have the foggy conditions this morning. The clouds will lift a little bit. Expect them to linger though heading into portions of your afternoon, and we'll get more of that marine layer later on tonight into tomorrow morning. And for that inland valley planner, you could see a little bit warmer here. Some areas like Ramona will be reaching those 80s, but other places across the valleys will be right around those mid 70s. So really comfortable temperatures for today. 70s and 80s over the higher elevations as well. And then we get those 90s sticking around over your desert region. But changes on the way for this upcoming week. It's because of this low pressure system up here way to our north near the Pacific Northwest. This is bringing some moisture to that area as well as for Northern California. Us locally, what we're going to see is slightly cooler temperatures because of that onshore flow that'll be increasing. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we'll get the continuation of that overnight and morning marine layer. For the coastline, you can see things are actually staying pretty consistent. We're right around those low 70s through most of this upcoming week, but it's the inland valley communities. I think you'll notice it'll feel a bit cooler outside. A lot of these temperatures getting closer to their seasonal norms. Same thing goes here for the mountain communities. We'll get out of those 70s and get back into those upper 60s. In the meantime, for the desert region, shying away from the 90s, settling into some mid 80s, possibly by Thursday, Dana.
Brooke, thanks so much. And today, Dia de los Muertos celebrations are taking place across San Diego. One special component of the two-day celebration are the intricate altars decorated with bright marigold flowers. And as NBC7's Cecilia Trevino explains, there is a special significance to the treasured holiday tradition.
Many like myself grew up watching the marigolds pop up every fall season, but I wanted to take it a step further and ask, why exactly do we use these flowers for our Day of the Dead celebrations?
Thousands of marigold flowers flood this field.
Our marigolds are going to be planted at the ends of July, and they will be blooming the first week of October.
Reminding us our dearly deceased are about to come back.
The marigold flower is it's a flower that the Mesoamerican cultures have used for centuries, even before the Spaniards arrived and the conquest. It's supposed to be kind of like the GPS for the souls. The aroma of the flower is the one that guides the souls towards the altares to have a feast for Dia de los Muertos. The name, it comes from the Nahuatl language of our indigenous people, and it's Cempasúchil, and it's a compound word. It's a word made out of two words, Sempoli, which means 20 in Nahuatl, and Xochitl, which means flower. So it means the flower of 20 petals or many petals. It's a symbol of resistance. It's also a symbol of identity for us. The Cempasúchil has been used not only as food, but also as kind of like coloring. Our ancestors used the molcajete to grind everything to make those colors and then make beautiful art. It is full with a lot of meaning, and I think that if people want to celebrate it, I think it's beautiful that people are open to learn about our culture as long as it's in a very respectful way.
So no matter how big or small, put up your altar and pick your marigolds.
Every November 1st, we do let our customers to come in and collect about 10 flowers. That does come with your general admission.
And have a lovely evening with those you've missed the most. Cecilia Trevino, NBC7.
Certainly special. And as always, it's more coverage you can count on at NBC7.com. And you can always find us on your Roku or your Samsung Smart TV app. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Dana Williams.